The Walking Dead is everything you want in a TV show: zombies, violence, and a little romance every once in a while. With the new season coming out in just a couple days, I'm bringing you 50 facts you didn't know about The Walking Dead. 1. Michael Rooker was almost arrested during a scene in Season 1. Bystanders called the police on Rooker because they saw a crazy man on a rooftop with a sniper rifle, not knowing a TV show was being filmed. The SWAT team of Atlanta showed up in full armor, but everything was fine once they found out the truth. 2. HBO passed on The Walking Dead because they deemed it too violent and graphic for television, which is very surprising to me considering just how brutal Game of Thrones can be. 3. Daryl, Merle, and Sasha don't exist in the comics at all. 4. Norman Reedus originally auditioned for the role of Merle. He didn't get the part, but they were so impressed by his audition that they wrote the character of Daryl specifically for him. 5. In the world of The Walking Dead, walkers outnumber the living by a count of 5,000 to 1. 6. Producers of the show instruct the walkers to act like they are leaving a bar at 2 a.m. They also want them to be absolutely silent, since all the noises made by the walkers are added post-production. 7. Furthermore, you won't see any walkers blinking in the show. They are all instructed not to blink, and if they do, editors cut it out post-production. 8. Season 3 was originally going to take place in a high school before they decided on the prison. 9. Do you remember how Shane suddenly showed up with a beard in the mid-season finale of Season 3? He was filming Wolf of Wall Street, and due to contractual agreements, he was forced to keep it. 10. The governor had a total of 24 heads in his fish tanks. The yellow color was achieved by crew members tossing used coffee grounds and tea bags inside the tanks. 11. There have been 117 named people killed through 5.5 seasons, and Season 4 was the deadliest season for human deaths, with 40 people being killed. 12. The very first episode of The Walking Dead premiered on Halloween 2010. 13. Walking Dead actors are being bitten by fans. First there was Norman Reedus, who was bitten by a woman at Walker Stalker Con. The crazy lady used a photo opportunity to take a bite out of Daryl and was banned from all future Walker Stalker conventions. Tyler James Williams, who plays Noah, was also bitten by a fan after his character was eaten alive on the show. 14. Whenever a character dies on The Walking Dead, there's a death dinner held to say goodbye to the cast member. 15. After Herschel was decapitated by the governor, Scott Wilson walked away with his fake severed head as a keepsake and placed it on his mantle. 16. When a writer for the show was fired, the actor playing Dale was offended as they were friends. Jeffrey DeMunn then asked to be written off the show as he wanted to leave, so writers swapped Dale instead of Herschel. That's right, Herschel was supposed to die from Carl's Walker, and Dale was to play the future Herschel's role. 17. T-Dog's real name in the show is Theodore Douglas. He was originally supposed to be in only 3 episodes during Season 1, but the character became so popular that show producers extended his stay until Season 3. 18. During the Walker takeover during Season 3, T-Dog gets bitten and ultimately eaten, while Carol gets away and survives. The original script actually called for Carol's death and not T-Dog. However, show producers were becoming very annoyed with Iron E. Singleton being late to shoots and his poor attitude as the season progressed. The final decision had T-Dog getting the axe and developing the amazing character that Carol is now. 19. After the premiere of Season 1, fans went crazy over Shane. There was so much left to explore, but the script called for his death in the finale. Because of Shane's instant crazy fan base, writers decided to keep him alive for the next season and have his downward spiral play out. 20. At the time of filming the scene where Andrea is saved by Michonne, Dana Guerrera had not even been cast at this point. The actor playing Michonne was actually a woman cast as a walker who was asked to do the scene. 21. Remember the scene where Rick is losing his marbles and Michonne knocks him out to end the situation in Alexandria? Well, Dana actually hit Andrew with a full-on punch to the side of the head. She was just a few inches too close while filming the scene and took out Andrew for real. 22. John Bernthal is one of Andrew Lincoln's closest friends. The duo tested for the Walking Dead pilot together and were the first regulars cast for the show. 23. The human flesh you see the walkers eating in the show are actually hams covered in barbecue sauce. Sadly for the extras, the barbecue sauce has been done away with because the vinegar was messing up their walker makeup. 24. The word zombie has never been used in The Walking Dead. 25. Remember the scene where Lizzie fed the walker a rat? Well, thank God it wasn't real. The effects crew prepared an edible mouse prop for the extra to eat. It consisted mostly of gelatin stuffed with grape jelly. 26. If you didn't notice, the walkers have been steadily decaying over the seasons. During earlier episodes, they still had their clothes intact and some of them could pass for a human from far away. But as time has progressed, walkers have become merely skin and bone. 27. There are several references to Breaking Bad. In the only episode where just two main characters are featured, Daryl speaks of Merle's dealer saying, "This janky little white kid." Daryl would later tell Beth the dealer says, "I'm gonna kill you, bitch!" 28. Another reference to Breaking Bad in The Walking Dead is the appearance of blue meth when Daryl is going through Merle's drug stash. 29. Finally, remember the red Charger in Breaking Bad? Glenn drives the same car to escape the zombies, and he also has the same name of the general manager who Walt dropped the car off to. 30. The one exception to the ham being used as entrails was the death scene of Dale. Instead of ham, the show producers decided to use chicken breasts for his guts. 31. Frank Darabont, the original showrunner for The Walking Dead, also directed The Mist. Laurie Holden, Jeff DeMunn, and Melissa McBride all were in the movie and luckily kept in close contact with Darabont, securing their roles in The Walking Dead. 32. At the beginning of each season, the showrunners hold a cattle call where 100 to 200 wannabe zombies audition for their roles. After they are chosen, the lucky few ones get to go to Walker School. 33. Norman Reedus once tweeted out a fake Walking Dead spoiler that freaked a ton of fans out. This photo actually came from a 2009 horror flick called Pandorum and showed himself getting disemboweled by what looks an awful lot like a bunch of walkers. People were furious that he had the gall to spoil the show for them, but all was forgiven when they figured out it was a prank. 34. Chandler Riggs' stunt double is a 31-year-old woman. Her name is Emily Brobst, and she has done stunt work in films such as Godzilla, Django Unchained, and The Hunger Games. 35. When it comes time for meal breaks in between long takes, the showrunners are always careful to separate the living from the dead, which means that while the principal actors and extras who are still alive eat together, the walkers have to eat in a completely separate area. This is due to the fact that showrunners do not want the actors to be too comfortable with the idea of being next to zombies. 36. When Chandler Riggs learned that he would be eating pudding for a scene, he was ecstatic. But after shooting was finished, he said that he now absolutely hated pudding. 37. This is what Herschel looked like when he was younger. 38. It costs around $2.75 million to make an episode of The Walking Dead, and each episode makes around $11 million, which means they make around $8 million per episode. 39. Andrew Lincoln and Corey Brill were whispering "fuck you" in each other's ear while Rick had him in the chokehold. 40. Edwin Jenner, the doctor in season 1 from the CDC, has a real-life counterpart. The real-life Edwin Jenner developed the smallpox vaccine, which saved the lives of millions all the way back in the 1790s. 41. 3 of the main characters are actually British. Lead actors Andrew Lincoln, Lauren Cohen, and David Morrissey were all raised in the UK. 42. It took about 2 months to build a set for the prison, West Georgia Correctional Facility, which provided residence for many of the characters. 43. Despite being aired for more than 5 years, it has only been a little over a year and a half since the outbreak. In the season 1 episode Wildfire, Dr. Edwin Jenner says that it's been 194 days since the virus initially arose, and only 63 days since it became a global contagion. 44. One of the 3 severed heads seen in the season 6 episode, Who Will Save Your Soul, was made from a mold of Johnny Depp's head. The head is an emaciated and old version of Johnny Depp's face, with a gaping expression, bearded, and with a half-balded head. 45. In the show, Michonne hates the governor because of a hunch, and he only loses an eye. But in the graphic novels, he brutally rapes her for days, and he loses his eye, an arm, and a testicle when she takes her revenge. 46. There are 4 types of walkers on set: Alpha, Beta, Charlie, and Delta. The Alpha ones are the ones with the most details. The Charlie and Delta ones just wear masks because they are only in the background. 47. In the Walking Dead universe, zombies do not appear in fiction. None of the films of George Romero, famous for his zombie apocalypse movies, including Night of the Living Dead, were ever made. 48. The Walking Dead was actually shot on 16mm film to give it a naturally gritty look and to allow the zombie makeup to be most effective on screen. 49. There is an actual mental illness called the walking corpse syndrome, the sufferers of which believe that they are dead and do not exist. Also known as Cotard syndrome or Cotard's delusion, the walking corpse syndrome is a rare delusional psychosis in which the sufferers often describe loss of blood or organs and/or body parts, imagining themselves to be decomposing, dead, or non-existent. 50. You can buy Daryl's crossbow at Walmart for $300. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe for more videos. Also, let me know in the comments what you guys want next. I was thinking of either doing a facts video on The Office or a cool little theory on Rick and Morty. So yeah, let me know and I'll try to get that video up in the next week or so. I've been super busy because I started school, but I'm getting back into the hang of things now. So let me know in the comments what you guys want next. Alright, I'll see you guys next time.